Hello flight simmers, welcome back. A very warm welcome to this rather special flight because it is exactly video number 100 which I'm uploading to my channel, and yeah, that is pretty amazing to think about, having done already 100 full flight videos. Well, it's not all full flights, some of them have been like shorter videos, some tutorials and stuff like this, but nevertheless 100 videos, and that's really yeah, incredible to think about. And at this time I'd like to extend a very dear thank you to all you guys who click on my videos, who enjoy them. And it's really you guys that keep me going here. I get so many great requests and comments and all this kind of stuff, which really shows how beautiful this flight sim community is. So thanks a lot to each and every one of you for keeping this channel going. And yeah, then let's aim for the next 100 flights. That would be rather cool, but yeah, let's see what's in store for us and what is to come. So regarding today's flight, yeah, I've chosen a special livery for this occasion as well. So today we are flying the Condor 767 in the retro colors with the Retrostri Delta Alpha Bravo uniform mic from Cancun in Mexico over to Frankfurt. And this is actually a real-world flight which is also operated these days. And yeah, this aircraft, among some other Condor 767s, of course, is operating on this route. So it is a very realistic setup we have here. I think date of flight is the 19th of June. And yeah, GSX is loading the cargo. We can quickly look around. It's looking a little bit hazy. Yeah, but it's looking alright, so I think we will have a good departure out of Cancun here today. Alright, and here we are inside the flight deck, also now with the 5.2 update. Of course, the 767 cockpit colors have changed as well, which looks rather stunning in my opinion. Also now here we get this typical Boeing brownish color, and it has been a while since I've been flying last flying the 767, so I hope everything will go according to plan today. I did load in the route already. We can see here, yeah, that's in the direct Nukan, which is the first waypoint. And maybe to kick things off, let's have a look at the weather together, and then we can decide on a runway. So here it is, we have 9 knots of winds from 110, and yeah, it is quite warm. 29 degrees out there. 7 miles of visibility, which is okay, and really low hanging clouds, so we will get into these clouds rather fast. But yeah, it is very warm, and it is a 10-hour flight, so that's quite a bit for the 767, and on top of this we are fairly heavy, so I hope we have enough power to get us out of the airport, but it should work out, I guess. So for the departure, let's in fact take 12 right. It is the longer runway, and I think that's the normal runway they use here for the departures. And then the departure will be the Nukan 1 Alpha. There it is. Execute. Right, and we can quickly have a look together, but it is fairly simple. So we fly, runway heading is 125, but we fly 120. Clamp on heading 125 to intercept course 03. Sorry, that's the wrong one. Clamp on course 120 to uniform November 415. Yeah, that's in here, where we need to be below 5,000. So 120 is the initial heading, and then just a left-hand turn onto Nukan. So this is actually our only constraint here, below 5,000 at uniform November 451. Right, and then performance. Yeah, maybe let's go over here to get the correct data. So fuel and payload, I've loaded up already. 0 fuel weight 117.7. And reserves today will be 4.5. Alternate is Düsseldorf, which is rather close by. Initial cruise level is 310, and cost index we have today. Simbrief is giving us 79. ICAO, that can stay as it is for now. That's looking good. And yeah, in terms of weight, so cross weight 175. Maximum takeoff weight is 184.6. So only about Yeah, about 10 tons shy of max takeoff weight, so we are really fairly heavy today. Right, then on the takeoff page, let's enter the same data. So we have 110 at 9. Slope I think we can disregard. And reference outlet air temperature is 29, like this. And then I did do some calculations using the TopCat simulator, center of gravity 25.8. Like this, okay. And it is in fact only giving me toga mode, so no derate today. We will use full power to get us out of this airport today. And speeds will be 155, 161, which is interestingly a bit lower compared to this data over here. And then 168 for V2. And then yeah, just takeoff power, no derate. Like that. So 168, this goes in here. There it is. And for the departure we have briefed heading 120 already. And we're flying offline today, so initial climb should not really be an issue. Maybe we will leave it at the 5000 so we know that we can't exceed past this one before that waypoint. Okay, LNAV, VNAV, that's looking good. And transition altitude, I think it might, yeah, that's correct, 18,500. It's even higher than in the US. That really exists. I know it's weird, but that's what it is. So that's all set. And now let's see Nuken. There seems to be a route discontinuity like this. Yeah, that should be all set. And then progress. Yeah, fuel. I don't even know if the calculations work because, as you guys know, we can't upload wind data, which is really annoying. So I'm not sure how to put it in here. And yeah, it will just sort itself out. I mean, we have some tailwind during the cruise, as always, on these flights heading eastbound. So that should be fine. Okay, also seems like GSX is all done with the boarding, and that's beautiful, so we can go ahead and close up some doors. All the doors are closing. And then over at the overhead we can prepare for departure. So APU is running, so I will disconnect the external power and then make sure it is disconnected on the ground as well, like this. And beacons are coming on. Passenger signs, of course. Fuel pumps, also the center ones, and hydraulics. Yaw dampers, window heat. And then I think we should be all set for the pushback. Quickly, I'm just thinking, did we miss anything? But I think we should be all set. It's really weird flying this aircraft so rarely, so I'm really not a pro on it. Yeah, but let's just try, and I think, yeah, we should be good. Okay, jetway is disconnecting, and then is the parking brake set? Yes, it is. We can ask for pushback. Alright, we are rolling. Look at this, guys. Beautiful reflections here on the aircraft. Absolutely stunning. Yeah, and I just remembered one thing from the last flight which I've missed is to set the speed bugs over here. I mean, we have them on the primary flight display as well, but just for good airmanship we should do it. But in the meantime, let's fire up the engines. Yeah, how does it work? I think we have to do something with the isolations. Yeah, let's just try. Okay, and then we should see some N2 action, hopefully. Not quite. Okay, now I got it. It's always a struggle in the 767. It has to be these two standbys which need to be off in order to get the bleed for the engine start somehow. I can't seem to be able to remember it. Anyhow, now we are starting. Looking good. And also let's set the parking brake since pushback is complete. It's getting a bit dark already. Dynamic lighting has come on in the meantime, and yeah, time of departure is around 7 p.m. So I guess it will get dark fairly quickly after departure. But then of course it will be a morning or daytime landing into Frankfurt. Right, okay, I think engine number 2 has stabilized, so starting number 1. Again, waiting for around 20% and 2. And there it is. Right, in the meantime, let's set up our navigation display to our liking. So I think today I want to have weather on map mode, that's fine. And traffic, of course. Range, yeah, range we can leave at this. That's looking good. Speaking of transponder, let's go TA. Yeah, TA only for now. Right. The aircraft is a bit silent right now, but I think it has to do with the PEX being off for the moment. So yeah, let's switch them back on. Engines are running. And yeah, now the sound is coming back as well. Right, let's kick off this APU. On the last flight I actually managed to leave it running for the departure, which of course was not too good. And taxi and turn off lights like that. Ooh, that's bright. Flaps 5. And this goes to RTO, takeoff trim. Let's see, should be 4.00. Ah, there it is, 4.00, spot on, perfect. Right, I think everything else is in order, or should be in order. So let's go, releasing the parking brake. And I just saw we can also run through a bit of checklist. Yeah, they even have the Condor checklist on here, that's cool. So cockpit preparation, that should all be set. Takeoff mode. Takeoff, yeah. Looking good. And there are 3 taxi lines here. I'm thinking maybe I should switch over to the center one. Right, and then before start, flight deck door should be closed and locked, windows are locked, trim is set, taxi takeoff briefing, beacons on. Before taxi, NTIs is off, we don't need that today. And isolation switches are off. Ah, that's what we need to do before taxi, got it. Okay, so I think that's those, and yeah, APU probably as well, right? I guess, I hope. I don't know, not too sure. And recall auto brake is RTO, flight controls, yeah, let's call them check ground clear. Okay, there's snow before takeoff. That's interesting. Next up is the parking. Right, recall. Yeah, we can do that. Recall is checked. Okay, coming out of this taxiway, we'll do a right-hand turn, and then we are very close to the runway already. I'm already starting to think about cockpit lighting. Maybe we do want to need some... Ooh, okay, hello. Background lighting, but now it's on. It's a bit bright even. No traffic from the left, no traffic from the right, so yeah, let's do this right-hand turn. Okay, and we are even getting some weather returns here on the display, but nothing crazy. No thunderstorms or anything like this, so that should be fine. TARA. Yeah, I think it just went to full brightness here. We don't have a option to set it a bit less than that. Alright guys, I think we are all set for takeoff. I hope I'm not missing anything. The good thing is for the departure we can climb straight out, stick below the 5000 until we get to the first waypoint, and yeah, should be good. Those lights and strobes, landing lights and strobes, and we should be fine on the lighting as well. Ooh, there's some, what is it, United? Yeah, United. Looks like it's 737-900 even. Taxiing out as well. Right, and for the departure, I remember we need to hit this throttle button over here. That's sort of the takeoff mode in the 767. It's almost a bit of a mystic lighting right now. Early evening mode here at Cancun. Alright, so let's waste no more time and let's rock and roll. So, power coming up. And take off. Should be looking at an EPR of 156, 155, 56, there it is. Very cool. Now I forgot to set the speed box again. Rotate. Yeah, we are airborne. Yes, coming up. Yeah, so that was okay. I'm not sure why the takeoff calculator was stressing so much about the takeoff weight. I think we were fine, but yeah, there was full takeoff power, so not even that much margin left. Ooh, look at this, guys. .767 has a crazy climb range just after departure. Alright, yeah, LNAV, VNAV, let's go command and use this vertical speed since... Why is it not working? Okay, it doesn't want to work because now we're going to slam into the 5000. I did not expect to get there that fast. Flaps 1. And flaps up. Also, I'm not sure why. Yeah, I'd like to stay at 250, please. Yeah, now we overshot this a bit. Very beautiful. Okay, after the next waypoint, I should have double checked it, of course, in the legs page. I'm not sure where it... Ah, it is in here, 5,000 below. That's interesting. Okay, but now we are off to the next waypoint, so let's keep it climbing now. At 310, flight level change, climb power is set. Maybe I should set the speed constraint in here, maybe that will do the difference. 250, 10,000. And then we should set 250, yeah, now, okay. I think it does it automatically in all the other aircrafts, but here we have to do it manually. Alrighty, but we are climbing, still climbing like crazy, although we are super heavy. Very, very cool. Okay guys, so please enjoy the beautiful sunset and also enjoy the music and view mode, and I will meet you back in around 10 hours for a hopefully nice landing into Frankfurt. Enjoy! So, welcome back everyone. We are descending into Frankfurt, and yeah, we have just passed the airport actually. It's down on our right hand side. Yeah, so here on the wing view we can still see the airfield, although textures are not fully loaded in yet. That's why it's dark. But yeah, we are parallel to the airport, or parallel to the final approach course in a way. And yeah, we are on these yeah, classy, more or less classy RNAV arrivals into Frankfurt, which like take you out a really long way, and then 180-degree right-hand turn and back on the final approach course. So the arrival route is not too exciting, but yeah, we have, I think it's even entirely new to the channel today. We're actually landing on 25 right, which they have reopened recently. The runway was closed during the crisis, mainly also being used for aircraft storage. So I know that Lufthansa had their A330, A340 fleet sitting there on the runway for quite a long time. That was quite an impressive sight. But now they have reopened it, and so we are going to use it. And yeah, so that's for the landing. Weather is pretty fine. 25 degrees today. Altimeter is 1011, and I think we can already set it here since we are descending. Actually, we can dial in 5,000 already. And yeah, you can see we are coming a bit high. I would like to be a lot lower by now already, but for some reason, yeah, the top of descent was really late, and the aircraft is not really doing a good job on sticking to the VNAV profile. That's also why I've used flight level change for now pretty much the entire descent. So I think Captain Sim still has to do some fine tuning there in order to make it work properly. And yeah, other than that, let's set autobrake 2. That should be quite enough for the landing. It's a fairly long runway after all. Let's go flap 30, final approach speed 135. Like that. And also I've noticed the aircraft is using final approach course 247, which is selected there, and also it has loaded automatically into the ILS frequency selector. On the charts, however, it's reading 248, so no, it's 24. Did I adjust manually? I think I did. Yeah, let's see whatever one is captured. 248 or 247. Maybe let's go for 247 for now, since the aircraft is expecting that. Right, okay, now coming into 10,000, and now I need to slow down. Yeah, we're already coming on to the very last waypoint of the arrival route, and I think I will take this chance to do the right-hand turn now. I mean, after this, there's still plenty of time to lose some altitude, so that should be fine. Yeah, let's do the turn here at the last waypoint. Right. And yeah, landing lights, of course, below 10,000. FPS are not too great. I believe it might be related to the weather, since there's like different cloud layers loaded in and all this kind of stuff, but yeah, it looks pretty cool. I'm still super happy with enhanced atmospherics together with the legacy clouds. I mean, look at the distance. This looks like way more realistic than it was previously, so I'm absolutely happy with this one. Okay, so at NIBAB we need to be at 5,000, since this will be the initial approach fix, and from there the glide slope is starting, so yeah, we will be able to get there, and that's a good thing. Yeah, aircraft is turning like crazy now. Let's maybe help it out a bit here, go to the next waypoint. Yeah, now we're getting to the left-hand turn, okay. Okay, and now we are around 20 miles out, so still a bit to go. We are sitting at speed 220, which I believe is fine for the moment. There's no aircraft ahead of us, so no need to like slow down like crazy. Yeah, but there's NIBAB coming up, and we still haven't identified the ILS, which is a bit weird. I would definitely expect this to come earlier than that. But 111.35, that's the correct frequency. Here it's 247. So that's a bit odd. Maybe if we go 248 here. No, we can't even change it, okay. Okay, and then let's start to set some flaps. So, flaps 1. And then we can slow down a bit to around 200 knots. And also arming the approach mode now. Yeah, there's an indication coming in here, but that's not the ILS, I believe. I think that's still the VNAV profile. That's really weird. I don't know if I'm like missing something in order to activate the ILS capture, but somehow it's just not doing it. Yeah, and that's Nebab, and now we will eventually continue on the descent. Okay, flaps 5. Okay, why are we not descending now? Okay, so either I'm really bad in handling the 767 or it is actually doing some weird stuff. I have no idea. But it's not really liking me today for whatever reason. Let's go speed 160 for a bit. And now with the descent rate of 1200 we should start to capture up on the profile again. We can also drop the gear, that will help us slow down. Or also we can go to the next flap setting, flap 15. And something I really like about the 767 is the wing flex. I think this might be the best wing flex we have in this sim. I think it's even better compared to the PMDGs, but that of course is also part of like personal preferences. Yeah, now we are also losing some speed, which is nice. Oh, my bad. Okay, let's drop the gear. Now we need to descend really fast. I mean, we can still make it. We're 5 miles out. Let's arm these speed brakes as well. So now we just need flaps and then we are in landing config. And final approach speed 140, that's 135 plus 5. Yeah, so we can still do the approach, although ILS is not working and we are apparently too high on the profile. But since we are visual, we don't need the minimums, and as long as we meet the stable requirements, then we are fine. Yeah, let's try, otherwise of course we will need to fly go around. Okay, first of all I'm going to take the throttle now. So let's disconnect it and then pop on the last landing lights, of course. And I will take the aircraft. I think that's, although it's also not loaded in, but that's an A380 down there. Pretty cool. 1000. Okay, so we are good in terms of speed, and now the profile also looks fairly okay. Yeah, there's the VNAV indication coming back. Okay, so we have made it. I think many airlines have stable requirements at 500, which we just passed, and we are stable. So yeah, a bit of a weird approach, but we've managed to get there in time. Continue, but we are visual anyway, so it's not relevant. 100. We're a bit slow.
50, 40, 30.
idle. Floating it. And there we are. Reverse. And manual braking, and then we can take this exit idle forward. Right, okay. So welcome down to Frankfurt, guys. Sorry about the weird approach. And then at the very end we got like a glide slope call out, which confused me even more. So I have to admit that for this approach I did not really understand what the aircraft was doing here in terms of ILS capture, but yeah, then again we were able to fly it manually and do visual approach, so that's still okay, I believe. Flaps up, let's do a bit of a cleanup. And taxi lights. And the strobes are coming off. Yeah, it will be a bit of a taxi, so I will leave the APU off for now. Spoilers, of course. Okay, and in terms of parking, so it will be a bit of a taxi. We will cross the next bridge all over there. And yeah, then we will eventually aim for gate Bravo 26 if that's available. So Bravo 26 heavy with jetway, perfect. Handling by Fraport, that's okay, yeah. Alright, is there after landing? No, there's only parking checklist, okay. Alright, we are closing in on the parking position. Let's turn off the lights. And yeah, I've been trying during the taxi, I've been trying to figure out what's causing these bad FPS, but I couldn't figure it out. So it's definitely not the weather, it's also definitely not the AI traffic. Yeah, it might actually be related to the aircraft itself. I don't know, since the 777 we had pretty smooth FPS on the other flights, so, and also on the A330, so I don't know, I need to do some further investigation to the topic, but as of now I believe the 767 itself is causing the bad FPS. Although that's also a bit weird since over at Cancun we had good FPS, so yeah, I don't know, it's really complicated, and that's what we always get with the sim, of course. It's never easy, always complicated. So, final turning of the day, that's our gate, I think, and it took so long, GSX has disappeared. Ah no, there they are, still there waiting for me, perfect. Let's put in a bit more thrust, I think we might need it in order to get there. Right, and there's another Condor 767 parked over there, and also one is just lined up for departure. And that's the other livery. So currently they have like two liveries, the blue one and also the sort of yellow-gray one. They have, yeah, two of those liveries active right now. I kind of like the yellow-gray one a bit better compared to the blue one. But of course nothing beats the retro livery which we are flying today. Okay, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, there it is. Yeah, I think that should work. So, parking brake, in the meantime APU's running, isolation valves coming back on, APU bleed is on, so we can kill engines 1 and 2. Right, and fuel pumps, and then the hydraulics. I believe all of them should go to off. And then seat belts, of course, which are over here, and beacons like that. Let's see, parking checklist. Hydraulic panel is set, fuel pumps are off, flaps are up, parking brake is currently set. Fuel control switch is cut off, and weather radar, oh, that's still on there. Terrain, now it's off. Maybe this changed? No, did also not change the FPS at all. And yeah, transponder, oh, transponder is still on, stand by. Right, now we're looking good. Alright, so here we are parked at the gate, and it's rather busy here today at Frankfurt. United 777, there's an A330. Lots of traffic just heading out. And yeah, but we have reached our final parking position, and on that view I'd like to say thank you very much for joining me on my 100th video, which I've uploaded to YouTube. Thank you so much, guys, once again for keeping me going and for sending in all these lovely comments and all this kind of stuff. It's really absolutely great and fantastic to be part of this community. And yeah, and I will always, of course, try to keep it going, subject to personal schedule, of course, but I will do my very best to provide more videos in the future. And yeah, let's have a last look at this beautiful aircraft. I really like the livery. I don't know why, but in general, I'm a huge fan of these retro liveries. I know that many people don't like them. Also, it's of course a bit of an investment, and maybe you can argue it's also a bit of waste of money on spending on special liveries. But at least in my personal opinion, I really like them on any kind of airline, but especially this one. Alright guys, so thank you very much, and stay tuned for the next video. See you next time. Bye bye.